Howdy, hey. Welcome to today's stream. I have a very special keyboard here today. It's, well, actually, multiple keyboards. I'm going to just show it to you right now, so you stick around. This is the Bauer Lite. Yes, Hipyo Tech is looking at a Bauer, well, a light Bauer. It is actually fairly light, so we'll be putting it to the test. As you can see, I might have already put something to the test. I want to see if it's worth it. There's a couple big important points here that I want to really be a little bit skeptical about. Number one, it starts at $119.99, 120 US dollars. That's a little bit expensive. So let's find out why. I have watched quite a few different streams of other people building this, actually, just as like preparation, and because I've been procrastinating because I've been sick. The general consensus seems to be that this punches above its weight. However, the general consensus also builds it with GMK keycaps that cost more than the keyboard. Oh, I've got a little something in my little crumb. Oops, there's breakfast. So yeah, with the general consensus being that people have used keycaps that are the same price as the board and everything like that, I just kind of want to put it to the test entirely budget. So you've seen it with GMK keycaps. You've seen it with really expensive switches. I'm going to be using more budget switches, not like hyper budget switches. I'm going to be using cheap keycaps. I just want to see what it's like. It's supposed to be a budget keyboard. We'll go through the product listing. We'll play around with it a little bit. I think today's going to be a very fun stream, and I hope you stick around. I hope you stick around quite a bit. Now, if you are watching the VOD, I hope you skip maybe 5 minutes or so, just because I'm going to have to go through and promote this stream by posting the link everywhere. So please give me 1 moment. Let me copy this link. Let me paste this link. Just start promoting it. We're looking at the Bauer. Wow, look at that thumbnail, you guys. Guys, was that a thumbnail that I just made? Did you see that? Wait, hold on. Let me do it again. Is that thumbnail activities going on? Am I like a YouTuber or something, guys? This is a little bit crazier than I was expecting. You guys probably weren't expecting thumbnail activities in a live stream. What is this guy doing? I love that purple. Me too, actually. I absolutely adore the color scheme that they went with some of these. Like this atomic purple is just incredible. I love atomic purple as a color. I want everything in atomic purple. I used to think that this type of like plastic was a little bit tacky, and it's grown on me. I can say I'm wrong. I'm an adult. I can learn from my mistakes and say, you know what, actually, tacky plastic is kind of cool plastic. It's all about the thumbnail and title. I don't think I got a good title for this stream. What should I call this stream? Budget keyboard gone wrong? Gone Omni type? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's get some stream titles in the chat, please. Gone Wild. I like that. Okay, I like Gone Wild. Good evening, Hipyo. I mean, that's not really a stream title, but howdy hey. It's great to see you here. Oh, let me make this a little bit brighter. There we go. Boom, boom. I don't think I could put that in the title, you guys. All right. And we've got this cooking. Bada bing. Why is my thumbnail for the stream wrong, though? That's kind of weird. You guys see that? You see how the thumbnail is like switches? When is it going to update? Huh. All right. Well, whatever. It'll update itself. Anyways, howdy hey. What are you cooking? I am going to be cooking up a Bauer Lite. Now, I'm not really going to waste your guys' time today. I'm in a little bit of a hurry because I need to build this. I need to finish editing my video. I need to prepare for family visiting this week. So, you know, we're gonna build it how I want to build it. We're gonna evaluate it. We're gonna give it the time of day, and then maybe, I think in another stream next week, I have all of this for a premium version of it. Because let me give you guys a little bit of background. Let me just pull up. And if you want to check out this board, it is in the description with an affiliate link. This was sent to me for free by OmniType. They did not sponsor the stream. So, if you want to check it out, type !build. I've got the links for what I'm going to be building it out with. It starts at $119.99. Okay, Benjamin. Come on, man. Come on, Benjamin. We had like a thing where people didn't spam. You just ruined it. You just ruined it. That's cringe. Anyways. So OmniType sent me all of this stuff. They sent me 2 Bauer Lites. In fact, they even sent me the first edition, which I am infinitely more excited about. However, it's not fully representative of the ones that you can buy now. So I'm not going to be looking at this yet. As much as I want to build this one, because I personally like the non-see-through plastic a lot more, I'm going to hold back. I'm going to hold back. However, next week, you can potentially expect me to build it out with one of the cleanest keycap sets ever, which is this DMG keycap set. Is this GM? Yeah, this is GMK DMG. Yeah. So expect to build probably next week with the more premium version. But that's not today, because we're not here to go premium. I'm Hipyo Tech. I'm Mr. Howdy Hey. So we're going to be going budget. Your low profile video is beautiful. Please plan to cover more low profile keyboards. I definitely will, Migo. I definitely will. Now, this board comes in quite a few different colors, and you can actually buy the top and bottom plates separately for $34.99. Now, this is kind of cool because this means that you can customize the top and the bottom of your case and get like a really interesting color combo. However, what I will say is it is like a bit of an L that you can't customize it while you buy it. I mean, it makes sense for like a manufacturing standpoint. Now, this is the Grim color. It's just a really nice smoky plastic. Now, let me look at the actual... yeah, this is injection molded polycarbonate. This is a weird case. This is half of the case. Let me show you another color option. They didn't send me all of them. How expensive is it? So, we're going to talk about this, and we're going to get more in depth with it. Because it starts at $119 for the bare bones kit, which puts it in a really weird spot, right? Because I call it a budget keyboard. It is a budget keyboard. However, it's on the more expensive side of budget keyboards. Like, at least when you're considering that it's polycarbonate. Now, plastic isn't a bad thing. Plastic is not a bad thing. However, plastic can be a bad thing. And that's a really important thing to consider as we go into this. We need to figure out, is it a good plastic? God, this color is way nicer in person than on the website. Wow. Yeah, I'm actually kind of regretting asking for the atomic purple. But some fun things about this is like, you can combine the case colors and get like a really interesting look. Like personally, I think this is just a very sick color combo. Wow, actually, should I build this instead of the purple? Is it just me that really likes this color? I'm a huge blue fan. And this is like minty seafoam blue. Wait. I'm actually catching a Hipyo stream live. You got me into the hobby? Well, howdy, hey. I am so glad I could get you into a hobby. And also, I am so sorry that I could get you into this hobby. Okay. So, selling $200 budget plastic board while there's a couple great aluminum gasket boards, that's about $100. This is not $200. I don't know how you rounded from 120 to 200, but that is some crazy mathematics. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, this is gorgeous. It matches my coastal desk mat actually like so well. That's really nice. But we're not going to build this one yet. This is just to show you other different color options. Now, should we watch the Bauer Lite video? Do you guys want to watch the context video? I saw that. Oh, hi Nola. Hi. Oh, bye Nola. I kind of want to watch this. Let me pull it up on YouTube and we could do a little watch along. Oh, I might skim it. Let's see. Bauer Lite video. Yes, honey. Oh, meow meow. Hey, get your butt out of the frame. Oh, is there scratches?
Hey, I'm Garrett.
Ah!
Owner of
Ah! Alright, we found Garrett. Okay. Yes. Let me turn on Firefox. Okay, make this wider. And bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So, this is Q&A with Bauer Lite Designer, aka Garrett from OmniType. I just want to run through this to kind of like get their thoughts on like maybe why they made this board. I think that'll include some of it. If not, I'll just skim it and we'll kind of go from there. Let me make it a lot quieter though, so we don't deafen you. Nola got a belly. She has a primordial pouch.
OmniType.
So everybody say hi, Garrett. Say howdy, hey to Garrett.
Designer of the Bauer Lite. When we came out with
what inspired it?
The Bauer 2 a couple years ago, we only made 500 units, and we did it through a pre-order process, and 5,000 people wanted to get the board. That was a big wake-up call that 10 times more people want to buy this board than we can produce.
How's the volume? Is this too loud? Or is this loud enough for you guys? Is the Bauer Lite worth it? That's the question that we're trying to solve today. So I'm so glad you're here. It's good? All right.
And we just didn't think we could keep up with demand. That's what gave us the idea to try to make a version of it more mass producible, which is what led us to injection molding. The original target audience was enthusiasts, because that's kind of where the idea came from, is the enthusiast $500 Bauer, just trying to get all those people that couldn't get.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I've never tried the original Bauer. Bauer Lite. Ignore the random things. Or normal Bauer. I don't want the Bauer Lite. I want normal Bauer. Nope, that's hockey. All right, I'll look it up later. I don't want to show you guys hockey.
Get that aboard. And then once it ended up being a much lower cost unit because of the production method, that opened it up to almost anyone that wants to get a keyboard. We broadened our target market and started thinking more about everybody that could use this board and creating it to where anyone on the planet that buys this board can build it and enjoy it.
Okay, so let's keep that in mind. This board is for anyone. This board is for anyone that can buy it, anyone can enjoy it, anyone can build it. So I'm looking for like a really comprehensive build guide, things that aren't going to confuse people too much, and obviously like affordability and is it an easy build experience, is it good, etc. Bro, what switches is in your QK65? I think Hipyo linears, but I'm not sure. Go watch my video on it. Oh,
Getting new people into the keyboard space is what pushes the keyboard space to become better. If there's
Hey, that's like my whole thing. Hey, that's my whole channel motto. Wait, what did I just hear? Oh, thank you for the tip. Oh my goodness. Why is my tip thing not showing up? Oh, there we go. Willow GMV. Howdy, hey. Thanks for the $1. Should I buy the Unzi AL71 or Keychron Q2? What Thok more? Thok is a sum of all of its parts, so you could make both of those Thok. The Unzi is actually a decently clacky board, so you're not going to get the most Thok unless you build it out in a very specific way. But both of those are good options, so you kind of can't go wrong. I would go based on like software and other things you value. Okay, somebody will not stop. They won't stop spamming. Hold on. Hi, Noah. She's. And then we also got another donation. 1 second. Let me look at that in just a second. One moment. Nola's in the way. Yeah, hold on. I gotta ban Patel real fast. There's the meow for you guys. Got it. All right. That's crazy. You answer someone's question, they still keep spamming. We live in a society. All right. We also got another super chat. Just got from K. Howdy, hey, K. Just got an acrylic tofu 65. Which switches do you recommend? Currently use Gateron Red Pros, but want to try something else. How are the Oil Kings with RGB? You know, Oil Kings aren't the most RGB friendly switch, but they aren't necessarily like, because I'm pretty sure Oil Kings don't have diffusers, right? There's a lot of different switches that you could try. Personally, I'm a huge simp for Haimu switches, so I really like Marandi switches. I really like a lot of the Wuche Studios switches. So yeah, maybe check out Marandi's. I really like their diffuser. Their diffuser is great for RGB. Anyways, if you guys hear me slapping Nola, this is what my current, hold on, let me close Firefox. There we go. This is what I'm dealing with on my desk. So here's a wholesome Nola moment. Here, you want slaps? You want more? Okay. Are you gonna flop? Give us a flop. Give us a flop. Yes, my cat likes being slapped. Yes, this is Nola activities. Okay. Anyways. Oh, don't flop on my keyboard. You might stop my stream. Okay. Let's go back to
new people with new requirements or interests or needs in their product. Everybody would get complacent and keep doing what they were doing. With new customers, it pushes you to have to make bigger, better things, which is what Bauer Lite is. Bauer Lite would have never existed if it weren't for a mass number of new customers coming in. It presents a challenge, which then pushes you to higher heights, I guess. As cliche as that is. We've done group buys basically from...
Okay, so essentially the Bauer is a product of a million new people coming into the hobby. I'm so sorry about that, Garrett. I hope you forgive me. Oh, also, I guess... There we go, Nola. All right. There you go, honey. You can look at the frogs from my shoulder. So we're going to test it out. We're going to see, is this great for new people? Is this a decent value? Etc., etc. Is there anything else that we have here from Garrett?
Higher heights, I guess. As cliche as that. And a distrust in that model. So we didn't want to keep putting
I think I skipped something.
Distrust in that model. So we didn't want to keep pushing that model if we didn't have to. So we thought that if we could present a low-cost, high-quality enthusiast keyboard in stock, that's like the last check mark. That's like everything that everybody would want. So we really pushed to be able to just check every box.
I think this is a great thing to push for. Massive props to OmniType for trying to get this done. I have been screaming at every single vendor ever to just end group buys for the last like 2 years. Not a lot of people know this, but like a lot of the vendors in the hobby really got mad at me when I made my GMK diss track, like the I'm sick of group buys song, because I messed the money up for them. Like that started a lot of distrust in group buys, which was rightfully so. So it's great to see the vendors like starting to come back around after all this like exit scam stuff that's happened. It's honestly great. I'm very happy about this.
So in stock, order it, get it the next week or two. How can you beat that?
Yeah, how can you beat that? You can't, because in stock is literally the best.
We're probably at about over 3.5 years now. I did take a couple pieces of feedback from Bauer 2 customers when we shipped that and applied it to Bauer Lite. Just small things like the isolation strips having kind of alignment trays so it's easier to line them up instead of it just being flat. Quality of life improvements that I got from Bauer 2, I just obviously implemented into Bauer Lite since it was the next thing coming. The injection
mold... This took 3 years. I was gonna say, if this came out in like 2021, this would have been crazy. Just like on paper. Like nowadays there's a lot of stuff that I think can be pretty competitive to this, which I'll talk about later.
Engineer, who I call the injection mold master.
Oh yeah, it's made in America. I think that's cool. However, I don't think it's that important to the consumer, so I'm going to skip this part.
Definitely the biggest challenge was achieving a handful.
Okay, and then the rest of this is just Q&A. All right, so I think that basically covers it. If I miss something, I miss something. Please let me know if I missed anything important. I try to do a little bit of research, but I'm not like a Bauer expert or anything like that. I'm not one of the big history fellas. Close the Firefox cap now. All right, we're back. And here's Nola. Also, Howdy Hey E1, Howdy Hey Guinea Pig Adventures. So, let's get into it. Key colds made in America had more issues than key colds made in China? Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's really cool to say made in America. It's really like, it's like Pogger's champion. Oh wait, how did I even get here? What the? It's really Pogger's champion to say made in America. We made American jobs and stuff. It's not actually always the best, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Sorry. Okay. Cat cam. Yes, we do have a cat cam. Anyways, today we're building the Bauer Lite. We're gonna power through the Bauer. Let's open it up. Let's get into it. Let's play some. Oh, he's back in my ears. Let me turn on the jazz. There's the jazz. Let me know if the jazz is like too quiet or anything like that. So first impressions, I mean, the packaging is like really pretty. So I like the packaging. What's your opinion on Toper switches? I love Toper switches. I'm literally using an electrocapacitive keyboard right now. I actually prefer NIS switches over Toper switches, which is hilarious. But yeah, I really like electrocapacitive switches. So this packaging is great. I'm a little bit too stupid to open it without tearing it. So unfortunately, I had to tear it. Now, this is what happens to every box around my house. And I can't even hear the jazz. Wait, really? There's a little bit louder. Hopefully that's better for you guys. I saw some comments that were like, wow, why does this guy always have his cat in his videos? Stop forcing your cat on us. Wow, now the jazz is like way too loud. At least for me. Alright, I'm leaving it there. I don't choose when Nola's in my videos. Nola chooses herself. So yeah, this unboxing experience is surprisingly premium. Ooh. If you're just joining the stream, this board costs $119.99. You can check it out with !build. I think they're doing another drop pretty soon here. It's supposed to be in stock. However, the first two in stock drops sold out. So I think the third is like a pre-order. But it's like a month-long pre-order. Oh. No. Don't overheat on me. No. Not like this. Let me just see if it was the battery. I'm buying new cameras because the Sony a7 IV is garbage. It's a trash camera. The amount of like overheats per minute that this camera is capable of is insane. I have overheat protection off before you comment it. I have the protection off. Okay, anyways. This is the case. This is it. This is like... Oh, excuse me, Nola. It's really light. They call it the Bauer Lite because it is Bauer very light. It comes in two pieces. You've got your top and your bottom housing. Scratch Nola with it. Now I watched from It is Win keyless. Yes, it is Win keyless. And there's a couple interesting layout things about this that I'm going to talk about as we go. This one in particular is atomic purple, so like it's supposed to look like old Game Boys. Okay. We're scratching Nola with it, and I think it's Nola approved, actually. I don't know if you can hear how much she's purring, but like, it's quite a lot. Does the plastic feel thin? Well, so like, I'm getting quite a bit of bend out of this. But it feels, I mean, it's injection molded, right? So it's not CNC'd polycarbonate. It's not going to be as premium as like a thick CNC'd polycarbonate plastic. It's not super thin. Blue looks better. I mean, I kind of agree, but I don't know. Purple's also really pretty. Let's see if this passes the Nola scratch test. Oh, yeah. No, this is great for her. This is fantastic for her. She is absolutely Nola approved. You guys can put that on your product page. Okay. So this is the top, or this is the bottom housing. We've got some screws. We've got what looks to be spots for gaskets, which will look... Nola, can you bite it? Let's see if it passes the Nola bite test. It survived like a couple really crazy drops from Tejas. So yeah, that's pretty good. Like a little bit of scratching, but that's not bad. Nola, what did it taste like? Did it taste like grape? Set this to the side. So I mentioned it earlier. Let me turn my jazz down a little bit because I just can't focus. This board would have been crazy 2 years ago. Because 2 years ago, there were very, very, very few offerings in this, like, 100-ish space. There wasn't much. Keychron came around with their V series that's effectively doing a very similar thing to this, except it's offering fully built keyboards. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, this isn't a Keychron, it's a better quality. I mean, effectively, yes, it is a better quality. It's made in the United States. It's still injection molded polycarbonate. Here's your plate. Okay, you can't bite the plate. Come on. There are a bunch of different plate options that do cost extra. Let's look at the accessories. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter what it costs if it's a good keyboard, because it fits a certain aesthetic that I think if people like it, then people will like it. That is a lot of screws. These screws kind of feel heavier than the keyboard. I'm not going to lie. Lots of packaging. Okay. And this is what we're being presented with. We've got some foam for in between the plate and PCB. Nowadays, a lot of budget keyboards are actually doing like a silicone layer in between the plate and PCB. Personally, I really like the deeper sounds that you get out of the silicone layer, but there's foam here. Is that going to be our only foam, though? No, get your butt out of the camera, dude. That's gross. Thank you. Yeah, now you can eat the screws. Okay. We've got a... Wow, that is a thick manual. So this might fit... Is this a whole build guide, too? Oh, that's really nice, actually. Hold on. This is, like, really intricate. It's showing every step. So when they mentioned that they wanted this to be beginner-focused, this is awesome. This beats out, like, a lot of other build guides. Okay. And I do think as much as like a full kit keyboard can be better for beginners, because then they can take it apart and kind of like confront it at their own pace, there is something to be said about assembling the keyboard yourself. Some people really enjoy that experience. However, what I don't enjoy is these types of pour-on strip gaskets. These are my least favorite types of gaskets. I love sock gaskets because they're a bit more approachable. Have you tried the new Cherry MX purples? I have not tried the purples. I have tried all of Cherry's V2 or MX2 line, but not the purples yet. I ordered a bunch. They're on the way. What's your opinion on yellow switches? You know, the color yellow is a color for sure. For real, for sure. Now, as far as the PCB goes, a very pleasant surprise. Well, not really a surprise. I knew this was coming. It's hot swap. So anyone that wants to build a keyboard, doesn't want to fiddle with soldering, you can build this keyboard without needing to solder or desolder. From what I can tell, there isn't a solder option for the PCB, which is totally fine. Maybe I missed it. However, what it does support is split backspace, which some people might really like. It's also Win keyless, which a lot of people will really not like. I don't know if this is like original to the Bauer, and that's like an original Bauer design language. I do think going Win keyless makes it instantly a lot less approachable for most people. You know, it's a layout choice for sure. I would have gone with like a removable blocker or the option to make it Win keyless. But yeah, a lot of people really like using their Windows key. Sure, you can use VIA or whatever to rebind it. That's a weird choice. It's a weird choice. You know, guys, my DMs are open. You can always ask me what most beginners look for in keyboards. But yeah, so if you're new to keyboards, Win keyless, check this out. So this is a blocker that is going to be blocking your Windows key. No RGB? Yeah, that's also a great point. I'd love to see an RGB option because you've got this beautiful polycarbonate case shine through. Where? There's none, actually. There's none on the bottom of the PCB. There's none on the top of the PCB. I know how much LEDs cost. You know how much LEDs cost. That was just a choice. But it was a choice. I know some people are like, well, RGB and custom keyboards, like, it's not meant for customs. And to those people, you can turn it off. Yeah. You are not hitting that window button while gaming. That's true. That is true. For the expert gamers that never want to hit the Windows button. You know? Yeah. The RGB tick box was skipped, unfortunately. Possible new? You know, honestly, though, it's not the craziest thing to just do a different PCB revision with RGB. So, hopefully, I'm expecting that in the future. Now, as far as the build guide goes, what do they want me to do first? So, Bauer Lite build guide. This is a huge W, by the way. This is a huge W to have a build guide this in-depth. Install your stabilizers not included. This is actually another thing I wanted to touch on. Yes, honey. Now, stabilizers are as cheap as like $7 or $8 nowadays for some sets. It would be a great thing to include with your board. I think, like, especially new people getting into the hobby, this is the last thing they would think of buying when building a keyboard. So I imagine you're going to get a lot of people that buy this keyboard. They see on the website that stabilizers aren't included. They don't know what that means, and they don't buy stabilizers, and they get it, and they're like, I can't build my keyboard. Noah likes eating everything? Yes, she's a very tactile cat. So I do think stabilizers should be included. There are a lot of boards that include stabilizers nowadays, even when you get the bare bones kit. So that's a bit of an L. However, as Hipyo Tech, I was prepared. Yesterday, while I was just sitting kind of sick, I lubed up a whole set of WS stabilizers. So I've got stabilizers. So we're going to install those. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. One thing I notice, no PE foam. No case foam. That's a very interesting stance to take in 2023. Personally, I would love to see foam included as an option for the people that really like foam. Okay. Nola would really like the foam too. Okay. Also, something that you might have noticed is a 7U spacebar. 7U spacebar. That's a big spacebar. The cat is going to eat the stabs. Oh, she's going to eat everything. I played with her for like 40 minutes this morning to try and tire her out so she wouldn't be in the way while I was streaming. And you know what she chose? Violence. She chose violence for real. Where's the Howdy Hey hat? A friend is currently wearing my Howdy Hey hat, so I cannot show off the Howdy Hey hat. I was going to wear my Howdy Hey merch, but it's in the washer because I've been wearing it too much. But you guys should check out the Howdy Hey merch. I don't think I actually fixed my exclamation point merch yet, though. Is Nola always this crazy? Yes, she is always this crazy. 100% of the time. As far as installing stabilizers goes, super easy. You just put them on. No, don't bite my PCB. You screw them in. Make sure you include the part where you say, no, don't bite my PCB. That's really important. Okay. Yep, we've shifted to this camera angle. Standard keyboard building activities. Okay, guys, don't tell Noah. Don't tell Noah. Don't tell her. I'm gonna screw this in. No! Nola biting the hot swap sockets be like, okay, so if at any point this PCB does not work, it's not OmniType's fault. I take full responsibility for letting my cat munch it and bump into it. So let me just put that disclosure down. If you're building your keyboard at home, hold on. Okay, that should be decent. I don't recommend you let your cat bump into your PCB and bite your PCB. I think it's actually stupid to do that. However, I don't have a choice. This cat holds me hostage for real. Opinion on the Leobog High 75. I've never tried it. People keep commenting for me to try it, so maybe that's on my radar for next year. Does Nola ever get in the way of looping stabs and switches? I don't know, does she? Does she ever get in the way? Yes, the answer is 1,000,000% yes. Alright, so I'm installing this. Bada bing, bada boom. I feel like she'd lick the lube. She's tried. She's actually pretty good about not licking lube. I think she licked it once and decided, not tasty. Are you planning to make a Neo 65 video? I have no current plans to make one. The problem with the boards like Neo 65 and all that is if I don't get sent them, by the time that I buy them in the group buy or whatever, most people are bored of them. Like the same thing happened with all the QK boards. Where like by the time I finally got a QK from ordering one, everyone was like, we don't really care about the QK anymore. Like the Zoom is like all the rage. So not currently in the plans. Okay, I am not going to be running split backspace, so I am installing the backspace stabilizer. Personally, I'm not a big split backspace fan, but it is cool that it has the option. Okay. All right. A 60% wireless keyboard. Any recommendations? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't look at that many 60%s. I think 60% is like the layout that I look at the least. At least personally. Because I use arrow keys for too much. What's the screwdriver? It is the wow stick. It makes you say, wow, every time. Hipyo, blink twice if Nola is holding you hostage. Owen Wilson approved? Yo, I love Owen Wilson for real, actually. Like, I am such a huge Owen Wilson stan. Like, unless he did anything that's cancelable, and then, of course, you know, I don't like him or whatever. You know, but Owen Wilson's, like, he's a real one. Him and Loki? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I mean, come on. All right, so stabilizers are installed. That's super easy. I like that it tells you stuff like front height is 21 millimeters. Like, this is all stuff that's just really nice to know. Are you planning on trying the Glarsa switch? I've already ordered a few. We've got screws labeled. We've got wow, this is, yeah, it's so thorough. This is refreshing. Do you prefer glorious keyboards for gaming? I prefer glorious keyboards for nothing. Yeah. Okay. Install your PCB standoffs. Standoffs keep your hotspot PCB from falling into your board when you swap switches. Yeah, they say that it's optional. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of standoffs. I think standoffs can create, like, some odd hotspots. What do you guys think? Standoffs or no standoffs? I'm leaning towards no. I never use standoffs. However, in the next breath, I am going to make some of you angry because I am going to use the plate foam. I am. How standoffish. Okay. So I'm going to put the plate foam on. I'm going to do it. I'm sorry. Oh. There's a little bit of a warp to it. Is that from Nola? Ugh. Interesting. Okay. Let's just put this back on. And let's put this on. Oh, I have to... That's interesting. So if you're doing not split backspace, you kind of have to just... Should I, like, cut this? I feel like I should cut it with flush cutters. Let's do... There we go. Cut it with flush cutters. That way there's no weird anything. Okay. Now, are we sure that's the right spot we should be cutting? Yeah, I would never make a mistake. I mean, you could tell because it was this. It was a blocker right there. It was blocking the backspace for if you used split backspace. So if you use split backspace, don't cut that. That would be dumb. However, a bit of a gamer. Anyways. You know, if I did install the standoffs, it would make this easier. Oh, I've never regretted anything before in my life. So as far as the switches go, Omnitype did send out their sea glass linear switches. However, oh, do you see a burb? Get the burb. Get the burb. Oh, she's meeping. Get it. Get the bird. No, you can't sit down right there. That's ridiculous. Oh my god. Okay, well. The little tail. The little beep 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 beep. The little beep 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 beep. Anyways, they sent me their sea glass linear switches. I was playing with a lot of these, and I found them to be like pretty inconsistent, actually. So like the lube job was like really hit or miss. So like some of them had like a lot of leaf ping and spring ping, and then others were like perfect. So I just found them a little bit too inconsistent. So then I went through my closet and found other switches that are a little bit worse overall, but more consistent. Which are these Dang Keeb's Creamery switches. These are the blueberry swirls. Okay, there we go. Maybe a break-in would fix that? I mean, potentially, yes. Potentially, yes. However, because I'm showcasing the board and not breaking it in, I feel like it would be a bit unfair to the board to use switches that sound worse the moment you put them in the board. Hope that makes sense. So I'm going to go with these. I'm going to plop them in. Let's see how bad it is putting them in without the standoffs, and then I'll decide if I want to put the standoffs in. Let's see. Oh, this is not bad at all, actually, because the foam is like perfectly propping everything up. Yeah, so I'll just be putting these switches in without the standoffs in. Easy peasy. Now, if you were to build this thing foamless, you would need to install the standoffs, or you will probably go insane. Can you recommend a switch with ultimate thock? Personally, I kind of hate that question. The reason being is a keyboard is the sum of all of its parts. So, like, you could get an ultimate thocky switch and put it in a keyboard with, like, a brass plate and a brass weight, and it probably won't sound ultimate thocky. You know? Just try some stuff and see what you lean towards. You have 300 plus keyboards? Now only about 150 to 200. I got rid of quite a lot. I donated them to a local tech place. So probably a lot of people in the Seattle area found some good keyboard finds at that store. Some very good keyboard finds. Because they probably priced them like 10, 15 bucks. Local tech place. Okay, it's called RePC. If you live in Seattle, it's called RePC. Although they're probably all gone now because that was about 2 months ago. But they sell tech stuff and yeah, RePC in Seattle. What's your opinion on pretzels, the food? I absolutely adore like Bavarian style pretzels. They're incredible. I make a really, really good sourdough pretzel, homemade. I also make an incredible beer cheese. So pretzels are like extremely epic. And I love pretzels. Yeah, so far the build experience for this thing though has been really smooth. Nothing has gone wrong yet. which I think is absolutely great. Nothing was confusing at all. I'm trying to approach this from like a dumb first time keyboard builder mindset where I'm like, I don't know what to do. Howdy, hey Hipyo, you owe me $500 I spent on keyboards after I got to know this world and watched your videos. I'm so sorry, but I hope you enjoy. Greetings from Munich, pretzels everywhere here. That's hilarious. My brother did like a study abroad program in Munich, and when he came back, all he would talk about was the pretzels. Oh my gosh. I'm starting to seriously doubt that I have enough switches to build this, actually. Hold on. Oh no. What's beer cheese? It's literally, it's like a cheese sauce that you mix beer into instead of water. So it just has like that amazing like beer flavor. What's your favorite NHL team? I don't watch NHL, but like go Kraken, I guess, because they're local. Did you hear about Big Ounce's death? Honestly, I cried. Like, I genuinely cried. That was like, yeah, that was really sad. What's your favorite movie? I don't watch a lot of movies. I'm like a YouTube degen. So if I'm ever watching something, it's probably YouTube. I watch Great British Bake Off. I'm a big Great British Bake Off fan. What kind of fishes do you grow in the back aquarium? It's actually a vivarium, and there's poison dart frogs in there. So there's no fish in there. I do, however, have a shrimp tank that I built. Bruh. Hanya, howdy hey. What's the best low-profile, thocky, linear keyboard for programmers? That is a lot of buzzwords. However, you should check out my last video on the low-free. It was pretty nice. I was really, really, really pleasantly surprised with that board. Usually, thocky and low-profile are like antithesis words. Shrimp moment. Yeah, it's an awesome little shrimp tank. I really like those little guys. It's a micro paludarium, so it's literally less than a gallon. It was really difficult to build. Driz, howdy hey. Nice to see you in one of my monthly streams at this point. Can you guys believe I used to stream like twice a week? I can't. That feels like forever ago. Are we going to see any more Hipyotech pizza making? Honestly, maybe. Maybe. I have a pizza oven now. That's been the biggest development since my last pizza making. Who's Big Ounce? He is a prairie dog from the Urban Rescue Ranch YouTube channel. He was an awesome little guy. He did lots of yahoos. I loved him a lot for that. That's... Oh, Driz. You don't gotta remind me. Genuinely really sad. Oh, man. Do you like dogs? Bro. I love dogs. I have a Newfie Air 75 and I hate it. I get many error clicks. Interesting. Because on my low-free video, everybody told me to check out the Newfie. So... That's, maybe try the low-free. And if you don't like it, return it on Amazon. All right. Let's just pop in these last couple switches. I actually did have enough switches, which is a pleasant surprise. Just like that, bada bing, bada boom, 65% keyboard. You know, we did save the, we saved some switches because of the Windows key. Thanks, guys. You're looking out for me. Thoughts on Hawaiian pizza? I love Hawaiian pizza. Pineapple's really yummy. I grew my own pineapple, and then I cut the top off, and I propagated the top, and now it's growing into its own pineapple plant, so I've created an infinite pineapple glitch. So in about 6 to 8 months, I'm going to have my own pineapple that I grew from a pineapple, and then from then, I'm going to cut the top off and grow another pineapple. It's literally, guys, nobody's talking about this, but like, infinite pineapple glitches are kind of insane. Kay, howdy hey. Thoughts on Epomaker TK68? It's a budget acrylic. Epomaker TK68. Let's find out. Let's see. $68, fully built. Let's see. Keycaps look like garbage, unfortunately. Is it stacked? It is stacked. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Not having tried it, I can't really comment on whether or not it's going to be good. But it does definitely look interesting. I mean, you've got hot swap, you've got gasket mount. I'm assuming it's north-facing LEDs. Yep. At least they mark that plainly now. I bought the Wilmir SK71 because of you. I'm glad you bought it because of me. Please don't spam it. Yeah, this thing looks like you would need to swap out the keycaps. However, it's running Gap Pro yellows, which are pretty good switches. So, I mean, the switches that come with it are a pretty decent value. Potentially worth a look. Tough to say, though. Anyways. Back to the keyboard build. Yeah, some people actually really love north-facing LEDs now. E1, thank you for 35 months. That's actually insane. 35 months? What? Okay, install your switches. Oh yeah, look, see, it told me to do it. Break away. I broke it away. I installed my switches. Install donut bumpers on the top housing. Insert the 8 donut bumpers into their slots on the inside of the top housing. It is okay if they do not go all the way into the slot at this time. The compression at the final assembly will fully seat them into place. See, that's great. That makes me feel comfortable while I'm building it. Fun fact, they are called donut bumpers because they kind of look like donuts. I love this. There's fun facts included. Okay. Which of these are donut bumpers, though? Hold on. Let's look out for donuts. Oh, okay. These don't... they've got a hole in them. But they kind of look like the little tadpoles from the Geon Frog. Very similar energy. Ooh. Kevin Stone, howdy hey. Thank you for the $10. Howdy hey. I love your videos. You got me into custom keyboards. My first being the Yunzi AL66 with Gateron Milk Yellows. Looking to build another. Would you suggest the Zoom 75 or the Monsgeek M1? So, with those two, essentially, the Zoom 75 is like a decently more premium build, but they're both 75% in a similar enough. I think the Zoom 75 is going to be like $80 more, actually. So, like, if you want that more premium step up, I feel like the Zoom 75 is going to give you a little bit more. However, with the Zoom 75, you're looking at a group buy. So you're looking at time spent not having the keyboard. So those are two very good options. I would say your main decider, if budget isn't a factor and time isn't a factor, the Zoom 75 is better. You'll have to do less modding to get the board sounding however you like it, whether that be with foam or without foam. The Monsgeek M1 requires a little bit of work, but it's in stock. It's cheaper. The Zoom 75 is in stock now? Wait, really? Really? Where? Is that on Mellatrix? Wow. Okay. Well, that changes everything. Except it is $109 more. That's a lot more. That is a lot more. It's a better keyboard. It is just kind of better. It is a lot more expensive. Yeah. I recommend watch my videos on both. See which one you kind of lean towards and go from there. The fact that the Zoom is in stock, if money isn't an object in your purchase making decision, I mean, the Zoom is pretty decent. The Zoom 75 is so overrated. What makes it overrated? It's a good keyboard. I mean, if you're just trying to be unique and say like the popular thing is overrated, that's cool, but that's not really a personality trait. So you might need to work on that. Anyways, let's put the donuts in. Where's my tweezers? I somehow lost my tweezers. I think they include tweezers though. But yeah, at the increased price for in stock, the Zoom is a little bit less appealing. So that is something to consider. Oh. Rar? Hi, Josh. Rar indeed. Okay. These are harder to put in than I thought. Opinions on chocolate milk drink. I actually don't consume like any chocolate. Yeah. I think it's really tasty. Am I stupid? Is this not what I'm supposed to be doing? Bruh. Oh, no, I am stupid. Okay. I kind of hate you because you got me into custom keyboards, and now since there's so many options, I don't know what to choose. I'm so sorry. I was doing it backwards, everyone. You see how this says on top housing? Maybe I should read. Maybe I should read. Yeah, I'm allergic to reading. Ever heard of it? Come on. Okay, this is still a little bit tedious, but that's fine. We're used to tedious things. We build keyboards. Oh, that's interesting. There's like a very specific slot alignment that they have to hit. So I have to rotate this to hit the slot alignment. Let me show you guys. You see how there's like a little top nipple almost on them? There we go. So we want the nipple to align. There we go with the slot. There we go. Don't make it weird that I called it a nipple, all right? It's fine that it's a nipple. Everybody has nipples. Well, most people have nipples, I should say. So don't make it weird. Why are you guys making it weird? Ah! I have pepperonis. I'm not mature enough for this. Oh, man. Here we go. Okay, I think I found a rhythm for this. Oh, that's just foam on the ground. I will say, if any of you do buy the in-stock Zoom 75 or the Keychron Q1 or the Monsgeek M1 or whatever, go to my video for that and click the link in my description. It'll make me money. Super biased. I don't care which keyboard you buy. However, if you do buy a keyboard, buy it with my link. If you buy this keyboard, buy it with my link. I'm super biased. There we go. All right, now that's over. Realign the nipples. There we go. No! Ah! Ah! People keep asking me about the Leo bog. Is it the same person? Or is it multiple? Is it different people? What's so special about the Leo bog? I haven't tried it. Okay, so there's 2 slots on this side. You'll be surprised. All right. I'll be surprised. But I won't be surprised for quite a while, because... yeah, it'll be a bit. It'll be a bit. Stop. Please stop. Okay. Whew. So, we've got all of the donuts installed with their nipples in proper alignment. Perfect. Don't take that out of context. Hey, what's up with Via? I'm new to the hobby. Has it always been annoying? Am I barking up the wrong tree? I'm not sure what annoys you about it, so I'm not sure. I will say it's a lot better than no software, though. And it's good because it's like, it's a similar experience with each keyboard that supports it. Opinions on the Melitrix Zoom 75 bare bones kit. I have a whole video on it. Hold on. It's called You Don't Need to Mod This Budget Keyboard. Let me link the video. There's my video. Check it out. I do think it's a little bit pricier now that it's in stock. So that's a bit of an L. And that's definitely something worth taking into consideration that I didn't put in my video because I made the video back when it was cheaper. I think almost 25 or 30 bucks cheaper. Thanks a bunch. I actually bought it. Well, sweet. I hope you use my link, though. Any good ISO custom keyboard recommendations? ISO is tough because there is not a lot. I recommend joining a European Discord community for keyboards. Yeah, I don't know why my super chats are showing up so delayed, but yeah. Okay, I think the next step is putting on these side bumpers. Could we ever see a video where you just type on a recently made keyboard? Maybe? I don't think many people would watch it, though. But yeah, Arnie, I recommend you join a European keyboard Discord. There's probably a lot of people in there that share your similar struggles, or go to a European keyboard meetup. I personally don't keep tabs on every ISO layout supporting keyboard, just because it's, well, literally foreign to me. Okay, so these are bottom feet. Oof. All right, so these go on bottom housing. Position the bottom housing where you can see the inside. Carefully place the two 65mm strips across the north side next to the two outermost pillars. Place the two 20mm strips. Place the two 18mm strips. Okay. Perfect. Let me just peel this off. I do think the included tweezers are a good touch. However, this is what I hate about gaskets. It's really hard to get gaskets perfect. I think in the future, my feedback would be, okay, stop with the Leo bug. I'm gonna make it like a banned word or something. In the future, I'd like to see sock gaskets or the gaskets being pre-installed, because I feel like gaskets are the spot where beginners could mess up the most. Most people aren't used to tediously placing strips of foam. I am very curious to see if the gasket performance is going to be good, though. Ah! Okay, there we go. Don't look at my feet. All right, guys, my feet might be in the frame. Don't look at them. Do not. I humbly request. Also, are there no spare gaskets? Because I'm going to have to put these on the top housing too, right? We'll find out. We will find out. Now that you said it, Hipyo, it's hard not to look at them. Why are you looking at my feet? Opinions on unlubed novelty creams. Scratchy. If they haven't adjusted them in a bit. Guys, stop. When will you use Rubik's Cube lube for a keyboard? Probably never. There's already great keyboard lubes. Yeah. Also, I'm personally not that interested in cubing as a hobby. So I feel like it would be weird to do like a cubing collab unless there's somebody that's into cubing that's super interested in keyboards. I've never even solved a Rubik's Cube in my life. Do you see yourself doing this forever? Not specifically with keyboards, no. I think as my hobbies shift over time, I'll move to covering different topics. Just the natural ebb and flow. But I could definitely see myself being in the content creation space forever. It's pretty fun. Okay, I think that is those gaskets. Oh, install the breakout PCB. That's easy enough. This is this bad boy. I doubt Nola would stop streaming. Well, she is actually. Okay. Howdy hey. New to the hobby, so thanks for answering my questions. I hate lubing. What are good linear pre-lube switches that aren't GAT yellows? And are good with RGB for my acrylic case. Alpaca's suggestions and where to buy. I am a huge Mirandi switch simp. Mirandi stan. Haimu stan. I personally recommend you check out Mirandi's. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them on Wuche Studios. Wherever you buy them, use my affiliate link. Yeah. I've got links for them in my Zoom 75 video, in a bunch of other videos. I've used Mirandi's in so many builds because they're just one of the best factory lubed. There's also Moon linear switches from Kinetic Labs that I think are very well hand factory lubed. How's it spelled? Morandi. Morandi. But just check out my Zoom 75 video. It's in the description. I use them in that build. Anyways, there's a sleepy Nola. Oops. The car is eepy. The car do be eepy. I haven't tried the Keychron V1 Max, Joe. Only the normal V1. So I'm not sure. But the Switch choice is decent. You know what's crazy is like trying to think of how many Mirandi Switches y'all have bought. It's a lot. I think it's the most popular Switch nowadays. Like even Kinetic Labs, I never linked to Mirandi's on Kinetic Labs, yet it's one of the biggest purchases with my affiliate links on Kinetic Labs. Is y'all are just going to Kinetic Labs, buying my desk mat, and then buying Mirandi Switches. It's kind of crazy. I do think y'all should try other Switches too, though. They're a great starting point, but there's a lot of really cool Switches out there. Your laugh is funny. Thank you, I think. I'll take it. Never bought from Kinetic Labs. Shipping from them is like $100. Yeah, don't buy from Kinetic Labs if their shipping is $100. 2 socket head screws. All right. Wait, what? Why am I only screwing it in 2 places? Interesting. Why is it also out of focus? There we go. So this is the daughter board. I really like that this board has a daughter board. That's a good touch. It's almost like expected nowadays, but then some boards just go and like don't do it. And I'm like, heh. Budget and still decent for gaming. I mean, most keyboards would do that, right? Like, unless you're trying to go pro, most mechanical keyboards would be good for gaming. Monsgeek M1W bare bones. Yeah. All right, lines up really nice. Daughter board is a fantastic touch. All right. I was worried how I would plug it in, but it's actually really well crafted to just like line up. It's the Keychron V1 wireless. No, it's not. Install the taco bumpers. God, y'all, I haven't had breakfast yet. You can't be putting food in the names of everything related to this build. Install the scrumptious filet mignon gaskets. Install the creamy fettuccine Alfredo switches. Stop. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast. Plug the bacon cable into the scrambled eggs daughter board. I can't take this. All right, so these are the taco bumpers. There's a lot of little touches that are quite interesting. Now, all of these touches are like a way to kind of like convince you that this is a more premium experience. And they're things that would already be done in like a pre-built. All right, it says plug her in. We can do this. Nice long cable. Is that upside down? Do I? Sorry, I'm looking at the cable. I want the slots on the bottom. Plug in. I hate plugging in cables. Okay. So if I'm plugging it in like this, and the slots are on the bottom, then I want it flipped like so. Yes. Yes. Okay. Hipyo, I'd love to see you do more premium builds. I do them from time to time. And to be honest with you, every time I do them, I get really excited because I like the premium build. And then nobody watches the video. Yeah. And I think that's like the reality that the hobby has to come to terms with, is that like all these premium real custom keyboards, the amount of people that care about them is sadly really small. This hobby is super expensive. And like, I mean, just because a keyboard is budget friendly doesn't make it not a real keyboard. And there's a lot of people that hate when I say that. It makes them really angry because that becomes a personal attack on their decision-making process for buying a more premium keyboard. Because if I go like, oh, the Zoom 75 is only $200 and it's a perfect keyboard or a really, really good keyboard, they're like, actually, you personally attacked me because I spent $500 or $1,000 on my keyboard, and that physically hurts me because I'm emotionally fragile. Oh, Taquito. Taquito? Howdy, hey, thank you for gifting a membership. That's really sick. I hope you enjoy a membership, Flot. There's the don't spray lube. Yeah, that's one of my personal rants. I could rant about that for quite a long time, though. I just saw all the cool keyboards QWERTY Keys has been releasing, and I thought it would be cool to see you build those. I mean, those are definitely on my radar. With QWERTY Keys, it's tough because they really like don't like sending boards to bigger content creators for some reason. Yeah. So like, if I get my hands on them, I build them. I've built the QK65 in the past. When are you gonna make a new song? I've had one that's like been in the works for like 3 months, but it probably won't be done for another 3 months. So like, I'm making a new song. I teased it on my Kadeli Instagram. I think it goes really hard, but I just cannot for the life of me find verses that I like. Is this really just that? Did I like skip a step, or is that it? Install it. Make sure it clips in. Can we get the live poison dart frog reaction? I can show my frogs later. But yeah, so like for my music, I created a chorus that I think is just incredible. Or maybe it's verses that are incredible. And I just can't piece it together into a song. So this slots in... Oh, it wants me to do it backwards. Which is weird. So it wants me to fit in these slots. You guys see how these slots are hitting right here? Like that? Is that it? No, that doesn't feel right. Are we sure that's right? Huh. Oh, yeah, no, I guess that's right, yeah. Okay. Why is everybody talking about keycrons? Probably because keycrons end up being like some of my most popular videos. Also, keycron does an insane amount of marketing. So if you start researching keycron, it's what you end up coming across as like one of the better keyboard options to get into the hobby. Now, keycrons are by no means bad, and I recommend them frequently. However, they aren't perfect. I think that is worth noting. Four socket head screws. Okay. So I'm just gonna screw this bad boy in. Is this even the right screw head? No, I'm using the wrong one. There we go. Gateron Yellow sounded similar to the Mirandis, but just louder. I mean, they are both switches that are linear. I do think the difference is a bit more stark in person. The entry level of Keychron is bad. Like their C. I think their C keyboards suck. I don't think people should buy their C keyboards. I never even mention them in my videos because I wouldn't even consider them like an option for enthusiasts or people that care a lot more. Am I misguided in that? In saying that the C series sucks? Ah! What I think is really interesting, though, is not many people are asking questions about the Bauer. I was expecting more questions about the Bauer. How do I start making keyboards? Watch my videos. You're in the right spot. What do you think about MMD Princess? Never tried them. Where's your slap magic when you need it? Yeah. I mean, honestly, though, building this thing hasn't been bad. So I'm not complaining. I think the build guide for this has been really nice. The build process has been fairly easy. Yeah, there's really I don't have any complaints so far. Whether or not it's gonna sound and feel how I prefer, who knows? Tough to say. Would you recommend XVX SK80? Never tried it. Would the Bauer be a good keyboard to travel with? Well, it is really lightweight, Jake, so I think it could be. Like this whole entire assembly is like basically nothing. Now it's not flat like a low profile keyboard, but traveling with this compared to like, I don't know, a QK65 that weighs like 4 pounds. This is a lot nicer. I think that's something that's worth noting with plastic keyboards is that like, if you're someone that brings your keyboard with you to work every day, which some people do, you need it to be lightweight. All right, I'm just putting on the rubber feet. What switches are you using today? Dankeeb's Creamery Blueberry something or others. I've got them linked in exclamation point build. I talked about my switch process earlier in the stream, but essentially they just felt like a consistent enough linear. I'm not sure that I'll like them yet, but they did match, and I really liked that they matched. It's just a personal thing. I really like that they matched. Like, that looks really nice. Oh, the feet are really nice. Already, I can tell you this thing is going to sound very clacky. Very, very, very clacky. Okay. Opinion on Glarsa switches. I have ordered a bunch. However, I want to know what you guys think of this. I'm not sure that I'm going to review them. And there's a couple reasons. So, my personal thing is if I don't like something a sponsor sent me, I say I don't like it. If the sponsor is smart enough, they take it on the chin, they improve their product, whatever. If a friend made something and I end up not liking it, and I say that I don't like it, I make my friends sad. Personally, I think if I make my friends sad, that makes me way more sad than if a sponsor decides not to work with me, because I have a million other sponsors that are like waiting at my door ready to work with me. So like, I'm struggling because they're a tactile switch. I generally don't like tactile switches. So yeah, I think it would be like, I would either be super biased for them. Like maybe if I like them, I'll make a video on them. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the Glarsa switches, you guys. Like I've ordered them. I support them huge. In fact, I support them so much that I'm debating not looking at them. Casual sponsors flex. I mean, a lot of people joke that like I have a million sponsors, and it's true. I have a million sponsors because I keep it 100. Like, these guys ain't reviewing my videos. They ain't telling me what to say. And if any of them have a problem with the content I make, I say, all right, I'll see you later. However, there's only been, I think there's been like, has there even been a company that didn't want to work with me ever? I don't know. Not really. At this point, like I'm at a very, very, very privileged spot where because I'm the biggest keyboard creator that's consistently making content, they don't really have another choice, which has given me so much power to just be like, no, I'm going to say whatever I want. I don't really care. Yeah, it is what it is. Ooh, I think my breakfast got delivered. Yes, I will be right back. Be right back. We are back. Why is my jazz not playing through the There we go. There's some jazz for you. I got an egg sandwich. I am gonna take a small eating break. Let's talk about stuff while I eat. What do you guys want to talk about? Hipyo, rate my build GMK67 with Mirandi switches and some clone GMK keycaps. Honestly, I'd prefer if you didn't go with clones and just got a unique, cheap PBT set. But you know, it's a fine build. Do you guys see him? There's my poison dart frog cam. Is it poisonous? No, they're actually not poisonous in captivity because they don't eat the insects that make them poisonous. Oh! He's gonna eat something. Ooh! You could eat this frog. You'd still probably get sick. It's still a frog. Have you tried out the Yi boards by Christopher Yi? I haven't, but I have seen he's going unbelievably hard in hardcore WoW, which is pretty sick. Does the frog have a name? So I've got 4 in there. Only one of them has a name because the other 3 look like identical. But like that's the whole tank. Oh. And he's gone. Just like that. Oh, Nola loves watching the frogs now. It's really bad. Jericho, I used to use dielectric grease a lot in stabilizers. Nowadays, I much prefer Crytox. Dielectric grease is for like tuning them up once they're already in your board. Crytox is for like when you're lubing them up initially. How come high-end PCBs don't make green PCBs? I think they look nice. Most people think they look really cheap. Emily, you didn't miss the entire stream. We still have not put keycaps on it. I am eating. Can Topre hurt your fingers? I mean, any keyboard can hurt your fingers if you use it improperly. Over time, you could get any form of injury. But it's not like... I actually use Topre because it feels the nicest on my fingers. Especially when I'm rock climbing and I get bad finger tendon pains. Haven't been rock climbing in a little bit, though. Is your frog tank a little ecosystem? It looks lovely. It is a little ecosystem. So, like, there's a bajillion different plants in there. I would show you each plant individually, but it'd be a little bit hard. But yeah, effectively, it's a whole little ecosystem. I've got misters set up. I've got a waterfall in there. All live plants. Most of them are rare plants, actually. There's probably about $1,000 worth of plants in there. And then poison dart frogs. Only a bajillion. Flot, I absolutely love the G502 Lightspeed. It is my favorite mouse. And in fact, if you judge me on it, you're wrong. I've tried so many of those like lightweight gamer mice, and I think they suck. Like, I was originally going to get into mice review, and I just absolutely hate all of the like trendy good gamer mice. I just hate them. It's not for me. I think the mice hobby, though, is like... For some reason, they aren't as preference-focused as other hobbies. I've also got a ton of isopods in there, but you can't really see them. No. The frogs are also not out and about. You can see some fruit flies in there, though. How's your breakfast? It's delightful, thank you. It's a sourdough bagel with ham, cheese, and egg. Caramel brown colored case that's pre-built. I honestly can't think of one. This is my breakfast, y'all. It's 11:45 in the morning. I'm eating breakfast. I'm finally back to like a healthy gamer breakfast hour, you know? Panda, I answered your question and you're still spamming. Why is this like a thing today? I don't get it. Breakfast is good any time of the day? Amen. Look at this thing. Delightful. It doesn't look that great on camera, actually, but it's really yummy. Healthy and gamer in one sentence. I gotta catch more of these streams. We have healthy gamer habits. When the RuneScape League came out, I don't know if y'all know about old school RuneScape, but they're running like their Trailblazer League right now. In the first 2 weeks, I played, I think 9 days of playtime or 10 days of playtime in 14 days. But I was really proud of myself because I got to like top 4,000 in the high scores. And then I was top like 600 in Slayer. And then I got really, really busy, and I couldn't play anymore. But I was proud of that. That was super healthy gamer. I've never been a healthier gamer, frankly, than when I put 10 days of playtime into a game in 14 days. Never been healthier. The frog climbed the wall? Wait, is he climbing? No. No. Do I need to relube optical switches with some time? Yeah, every switch you'll have to relube eventually. But it's usually like a long time. Also, I would like to say, spamming your question doesn't make me answer it more. And if you really would like me to answer your question, feel free to hit the super chat button rather than spamming it like 7 times per minute. Look closely. Where? No, he ain't on the wall. You're tripping. Right? Yeah, I don't see him. Must do at least 30 minutes of finger cardio to be a healthy gamer. I mean, honestly, yeah, I do a lot of finger stretches now. I do a lot of finger stretches. There we go. Hi, love videos. Thank you. All right. You rock climb too? Not as much right now because I got really bad tendon issues. But I used to be crazy into rock climbing. Would spamming a cat treat get Nola's attention? Please don't. She's actually sleeping right now. She hasn't slept all morning. Asking for money to answer your stream is hilarious. Yeah, that's actually like peak comedy. I've been practicing lately. You can rock climb again. Physical therapy could help. I'm in physical therapy. Yeah. Don't worry. We're getting there. All right. Okay. Here we go. So, let's talk about something. One... Bandage knives. Howdy hey. Thank you for the 10 bucks. You boulder or top rope? I love you. Well, that's very sweet of you. Strictly bouldering. I've top roped. I can count it on like one hand how much I've top roped. But I was really big into bouldering. I love bouldering. I mean, I look like a boulderer, frankly. I'm wearing a Patagonia t-shirt. It's definitely my favorite. At my peak, I climbed V7, 8. Not that great. I climbed one V9 ever, and it was probably just sandbagged. Nowadays, I could probably climb V4, and that's about it. Yeah, I'm so out of it. It's kind of sad. Anyways, let's talk. These are very cheap keycaps. I got them from Amazon. You know how earlier I was actually making fun of that guy for buying clones? These are accidental clones. So let me make fun of myself. I thought these were the God, what is it? Oh, there's the thing again. Yeah, I'm a boulder. So these are accidental clones of the Carmine keycaps, which could potentially be clones of something else. But these are from Velocifier, or I thought they were from Velocifier when I bought them. Then I realized they were from YMDK. So they're cheap. $40 keycaps, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But it's kind of weird because the keycaps that they're cloning are $50 keycaps, but they're sold out. So they're $10 cheaper, but they did mess up some things. Like their colors are pretty garbage, so I don't really recommend these. Anyways, what I was trying to say though is they're cheap keycaps that I thought would match this build very well. So I'm going to be using these cheap keycaps that are going to match this build very well, because every single streamer that I saw, to be fair, there are probably some that didn't, were building this thing out with like GMK keycaps, their finest lubed switches. Some of them were using fine lube switches. And you want to know something? Most GMK keycap sets are like $110 to $130. This whole board is $120. But why is it like... Did I not clip this right? Why is there like a lot of give to the front case? Interesting. Anyways. And then they were saying like this board is punching above its weight. And it's like if you use keycaps that are more expensive. I know with keycaps it's mostly aesthetics. Anyways, it was just a personal gripe. So I'm building this out cheaply. The switches, you can get a full set of these switches for $33. Granted, you could get a full set of the like sea glass switches from Omni Type for like $40. So they're cheaper switches. And then these keycaps are $40. So we're going with budget here. We are going with budget. Mousepad. My mousepad is linked down below. You can check it out. It's the Coastal Retreat desk mat. Where are my scissors? Do I not have scissors? Cool. All right. Let's build it though. If you guys want to see me build a like more premium version, I also have let me grab it. The first edition plus a GMK set that they sent me. So I can build this maybe like next week or something. But honestly, I feel like it's been played out. People have already done it a lot. So I felt like I should offer something more unique. And that is like somebody actually just getting into keyboards, probably not going to buy a GMK set, especially nowadays when everybody's on like a crazy budget for everything. I need scissors actually. So I'll be right back. Let me grab scissors. Hold on. Scissors. Okay. I'm gonna cut it right down the center. That's really chaotic of me, but... Wait, does this? Okay, it does. We're good. I don't get the hype behind GMK sets. There's a lot of layers to it. Oh wait, actually I don't need this row at all. I mean, they are really nice keycaps. For the most part. Let's test out my spacebar. Did I mess something up here? Do I need a heavier spring? I might need a heavier spring on my spacebar. Or it's just the lube working in. One moment. I think I need a heavier spring. These are Dye-Sub PBT keycaps. No, I didn't. Huh. The stabilizers are moving really easily. Why is it not? Huh. This is weird. Jeremiah, howdy hey. Any experience with the aluminum Keychron K2 Pro? I have not tried any of the Keychron K series. Unless you're talking about the V or the Q series. I'm just genuinely not sure. So, I mean, like, let's see. Keychron K2 Pro. This is their low profile one? Or no? What is this? Huh. I'm a bit confused with what the K2 Pro is offering here. Is this the aluminum one or is this the plastic one? This is the plastic one, right? Brrrah! All keyboards. K2 Pro. 75%. Or is it the K2 hot swappable? Super similar to the V1, but the Pro is wireless and has an aluminum version too. Gotcha. Yeah, I've never fiddled with their K series, so I really can't comment on it. But interesting. I always thought it was their low profile series. Black, fully assembled. I'm looking at the plastic version, not the aluminum version. Right? It just says bottom case. K3 is low profile. Okay. Keychron makes this stuff too confusing, man. Or even I'm getting confused because, like, every time I look at their website, they've got way more. Gotcha. It's just an option for aluminum or bare bones. Yeah, I mean, it seems fine. Okay, RGB backlit aluminum frame is $10 more. I can't imagine that the aluminum is going to be a very high quality. Like, personally, if you're looking for the wireless SKU, the Monsgeek M1W is just probably going to be a bit better than this Keychron offering. The problem is they do have a fully assembled version, don't they? For 120. And the K Pros, they're not bad. M1W has software issues, really? For who? Anyways, those are my 2 cents. I hope that's kind of helpful for you, Jeremiah. Sorry I can't be perfectly helpful because I just haven't tried them. If you're going with bare bones either way, that's a tough call. I think the Monsgeek, well, I guess they're different aesthetics too. So you'd have to decide on which aesthetic you prefer. Which also makes it more complicated. I am going to try a different switch on the spacebar because I was having some return issues. I'm not sure if it's the switch or my stabilizers. Okay. Gonna get out our good friend, the Marandi switch. The M1W is new to me, so that was helpful. Yeah, check out my video on the M1. It's, I finally tried ACO keyboards, and you should too, or something like that. The M1W will be relatively similar. So a lot of the same points will apply. You have single-handedly given me an addiction I never thought I'd have. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's test this out. There we go. Yeah, for some reason I was just having like a lot of return issues with the creamery switch. So I swapped the spacebar out for a Mirandy. So if the spacebar sounds a little bit thockier, that's why. I watched a great portion of your videos in the past 24 hours. Well, thank you. Are Philco boards any good? I have not tried any Philco boards. I still... There's a little bit of warp on this spacebar, I think, is what's causing it. But it sounds nice. It sounds like a nice spacebar. Anyways, we'll fiddle with it more later. Let me just start by getting this cooking. Let me move this back here. Let's put these keycaps on. I think this keycap set is going to look gorgeous, though. So, shout out to Velocifier for the Carmine keycaps. And also, sorry, Velocifier, that I accidentally bought these clones thinking it was from you on Amazon. Please forgive me. I don't feel bad because I already own a set of this. I was just buying a second set because I like the set so much. Okay, there we go. There we go. Any trouble with the E1 mod, like the erasers drying up and sounding bad? So E1 hasn't told me about any issues with that. I haven't had any issues in the short term. The board is still around. I can show the board off later. My man finally built a decent board. That is like so backhanded. Why you're streaming? It's 3 a.m. It's actually noon. It actually do be noon for real. What was that laugh? I have a weird laugh, okay? Where can I find your coffee keyboard? So the keyboard itself is made by Barrett Creative. The keycaps are not for sale yet. The keycaps will be for sale in the winter time. Thoughts on the Acco 007? I have tried their new one with Hall effect switches. It's interesting. I have not tried their VIA thing. As you wait. I'm so dumb. I put the whole row on one over. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Okay, one moment. Not my proudest moment. It's me, your first subscriber? There's no way you're my first subscriber. Sorry. I hope more Hall effect switches come out soon. You will get what you wish for in the next year or two. I can tell you confidently that there are many big keyboard brands working on their own Hall effect switches. Whether or not they're good... I can't say anything else. Can't say anything else. Let's put this tab on. No words. Acco switches have been some of my favorite recently. Acco tends to put out some pretty decent stuff. Any big plans for the holidays? Yeah, I'm having 6 of my friends come out to Seattle, and we're just doing like, we're doing a bit of like a little gamer bash, you know? We're hanging out, we're going sightseeing, we're doing fun stuff. It'll be a good time. I spent last year traveling home to family, and then I got COVID and stuck in California for like a week with COVID, and I was like, I really don't want to travel, so let's have everybody else travel, which is selfish of me for sure, but I think it'll be really fun. Let's turn on the brightness there. There we go. Hall effect has been the rage in recent times. Yep, sure has. I can't wait for the new keyboard enthusiast trend to be hating on Hall effect, so that they can feel like different and special. Hipyo, I subbed when you did the theme song bit 9 years ago. What were some of my first videos, Fireball? Brr! Answer me this. Also, yes, my camera died. Give me a minute. Holden. Howdy hey. Thanks for the 5. I have a K10 Pro plastic and a Q14 aluminum. Overall, I don't feel like the aluminum brings anything more to the table than the weight. Thank you for the feedback. Hopefully that's very helpful to the person that was considering it, Jeremiah. All right. I'm just going to put on some of these keycaps while my camera stops overheating. Shout out to Sony for making one of the worst cameras ever made. And shout out to me for wasting like $2 grand on it. Yeah. League of Legends, Skyrim main theme, and Empress of Light. See, you're a fake fan. You're a fake fan. Because I have like over 30 to 40 privated videos. Yeah. And you don't know what they are. I caught him. Got him. I made videos going back to 2012. All the way back to 2012. Maybe 2011 even. Yeah. You almost got me. You almost got me. The real ones know about my old videos. Which actually were kind of popular. They were popular. My very first video, I think, has like 50,000 views. But it's privated. You'll never see it. You'll never see it. You're gonna have to try harder than that to get me. Why don't your keycap set have ISO support? I mean, it has bare bones ISO support. I included an ISO enter key. It doesn't have crazy in-depth ISO support because, yeah. Wait, did it really just re-overheat or is it out of battery? I know it keeps cutting out. I know. I know, guys. Hold on. It's my camera. For once, it's not Elgato's fault. Okay. Let's try this. Hey! We're back. Sick. I literally have a fan running under it to try and cool it off. And it still keeps overheating. Sony moment. Sony moment. Got my low free flow today. Thanks for the recommendation. I hope you like it, Richard. Is this missing a control? No, okay. What if I put a Windows key on this out of spite? Would that be like funny or silly? I think it'd be funny. I need a Windows key though. Ugh. Kinda funny. All right, I'll take that. No, you can't get a shout out just for trolling my chat. If you actually were my first subscriber, I would give you a shout out because that would be lit. How much do you enjoy laughing at other people's pain? Not that much. I only built like a super cursed keyboard. Put that 175U shift on. Get that enter key on. Hey, I did a pretty decent job. Let's get R4, R3, R2, R1. Huh. Is there not an R3 page up? Am I missing something? Do you guys see an R3 page up? Is this an R3 page down? Oh, interesting. Okay. They're really forcing this fixed layout on you. Interesting. Let's try this little like weird colored novelty. Is this R4? Nope. This is R4 though. Sorry guys, I'm fiddling. Wait. What? They consider this R1? So this is R2. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. That's fine. I'm just gonna grab a random. Am I mature? Just go put that on. Is this going to be a video? No. It ain't. It ain't. Yeah, the layout support on this is pretty bad. But I like the gradient. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't. Is there no R2? where's an R3? This is R3. Plus. I'm sorry, I gotta get rid of it. I can't. Why is that so funny? Just put on a GMK set? Yeah, let me just put on a set that costs $10 more than the whole keyboard. That's a reasonable assumption to make on a budget keyboard, that people are gonna spend $10 more on the keycaps that they put on their keyboard. That's a very reasonable assumption, that when people are budget conscious looking for a budget focused keyboard, that they're gonna spend $10 more on the keycaps than they do on the whole keyboard. That's really smart. Anyways. Oh. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, there might be some GMK sets that are $100, but the ones that OmniType are selling on the website that are bundling with it are $130. I mean, you make sacrifices when you save money. But the appeal to this board is in stock. They're marketing it as in stock towards beginners. Beginners that are looking to buy everything in stock are probably not going to wait around months for things to come on sale. So they're going to go for things that are in stock. Also, GMK tends to skew a clackier sound. Some people like a lower profile sound that you get with die-sub PBT. So, even though it's the best, it's not for everyone. And I think that is something important to highlight. Now, if you did spend $130 on a GMK set or $100 on a GMK set and put it on this keyboard, would that be a bad thing? No, that would not be a bad thing. I think it's a perfectly fine thing to do. However, to assume that what everybody's going to do is that is, I think, a bit silly. So if I put the GMK set on this, like I have right next to me, that's perfectly acceptable. You're going to get the sound profile that you might want out of it. But yeah. In this case, I wanted to do a budget focus build because nobody else did for some reason. Let me go ahead and clear all this out of the way. Also, I absolutely adore the look of this. Move the keycaps out of the way. I want to eat this keyboard. It does look really yummy, doesn't it? So the total cost of this build, let's add it up. Let's see. Pull up my calculator. It was 120 for the board, plus 40 for the keycaps, plus 34 for the switches. So this total build was $194 US. Oh wait, except I also had to buy stabilizers, which WS stabilizers were $14. Okay, so it was 208. This whole build was $208 US. So interesting. I'm gonna bring out a couple other examples. One moment. One moment. gonna set that right there. Hold on, I'm not done yet. Okay, I brought my second option. So, I'm just gonna set a couple things down on my desk, just for you guys to think about. Just gonna set them down for you to think about, as I do this typing test. And then I'll talk about them after the typing test is done. So I'm just gonna leave this right here. Just gonna move this right here. These are just, don't worry about these, guys. Don't think about these. Don't think about these keyboards too much. I'm just gonna do a little typing test. Yeah. Okay. I would plug this in, except there's no RGB. You don't need to see it plugged in. So this is with just the... Oh, why? Why, God? Okay. There we go. This is with just the plate foam. That's it. Okay. It sounds like a great keyboard. Which I kind of expected. I think with the one sheet of foam, it's got that nice, like, it's not too resonant with the polycarbonate. There's no case foam because they didn't include any case foam. How did it feel? I mean, you don't get any of the gasket while you're actually typing on it. So, like, it's very similar to most other pour-on gaskets where, like, you're getting a little bit of, like, the vibration reduction when you're typing, but you're not necessarily getting, like, flex. So it's not stiff. It just feels like a keyboard. It's kind of just like... It feels like a solid keyboard. Yeah. Fill it with sand? Now that's a good idea. For some reason, the right side of the board just sounds really sheer, though. Ugh. Did you lube these switches? Nope, these are stock. These are stock Dankeebs, blueberry swirled something your mom ice cream switches. Yeah. Yeah, that it is what it is. Blueberry cream pies. First time no Mirandies, no way. See, except Driz. Check this out. I snuck one into the space bar. So I can have that deeper space bar. Yeah. I had to get one in here. So this total build is $208 US. And this is like one of the cheaper ways you could build it. We've got $34 switches, $40 keycaps, $120 case. So I just have this keyboard in front of me for no particular reason. And it's a totally different experience. Okay, so I just want to type on a couple of those keyboards, just to give you an idea. So like the GMK 67 build, this whole build was like, what was it, like $120 for the whole build? I think the keyboard was 30, the switches were 45, the keycaps were 20. My math is wrong, but maybe that's like 110. So this was like a $110 build. Feel very similar. It has a knob. It has RGB. It has wireless capabilities. Its disassembly sucks. This thing sucks to mod. This thing was a breeze to mod, a breeze to build. It looks a bit more unique. I definitely love the polycarbonate, like just clean side. Yeah, but that's just like, so if you're looking for value, and like I'm the value keyboard guy. If you're looking for value, the Bauer Lite just isn't there. I think it would have been absolutely sick 2 years ago. I think it would have been one of the sickest boards ever 2 years ago because it is a very good keyboard. It is a very good keyboard. However, what it is not is a crazy good value. So I think like if it went on sale, maybe even for $99, I think that would put it pretty competitive. There's no RGB. I mean, they definitely built the case well, and that it sounds good without case foam. But if you're on crazy value, then there's so many other value options out there. I didn't even talk about this one. This is like an $89 keyboard for the full kit. I personally hate the keycaps on this thing, but you could get a new set of keycaps for like $40 to $80. And then you'd have a pretty similar experience. This has RGB though. It's got the like RGB side cutout, which some people really don't like. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan. However, this is also a very easy keyboard to mod and a very easy keyboard to build. That comes with other keycaps as well that are like less cringe. But one of them is like a clone set, which is kind of like a clone set, I should say. But what this should come down to, carbonate one, I think is looking at it the wrong way. Because if I'm traveling, I'm choosing either the plastic or the polycarbonate, period. I'm not traveling with an aluminum keyboard because I don't want something this heavy. So this is superior in those cases, right? If I want something that was made in America, that's it. The Bauer. Now, I don't think there's a single Switch that's made in America. But you could get keycaps that are made in America by like Signature Plastics. They make them in Washington. So yeah, there's a couple different ideas. Oh, sorry. Still coughing. This black keyboard is the Jianmeng 71, also rebranded as the Womier SK71 or the Yunzi like L71. It's been rebranded by many different things in many different colors. This also most notably though has Mac and Windows toggles, which is a feature that a lot of people just like don't notice unless they really need it, but if you need it, then you do. So if you need wireless, this keyboard doesn't have it. If you need RGB, this keyboard doesn't have it. If you need a Windows key, this keyboard doesn't have it. But this keyboard does have like a good solid core to it. And I think that's good. Like, it's not a bad option. If you like this aesthetic, it's Win keyless. This keyboard has a Windows key. So if you want the Win keyless aesthetic, which arguably does look really clean, gotta get rid of it. Thoughts on Acco Piano V3? Never tried it. One thing I would actually like to try though, is quickly removing the foam in between the plate and PCB. What is it this one? Nope. It's probably this one. Okay. You have the Yunzi AL66. It's insane for the price. I don't think I've tried the 66. Maybe I have. The RK68's okay. You make a lot of sacrifices with it, though. I have not tried the Sugar 65. Okay, so here's what we've done. We've experimented with the board. We've compared it to other boards. But let's try it without foam too. Now, personally, I much prefer boards with foam, so I would lean towards adding foam to this. However, howdy hey, thank you so much for the $5. Make a Keeb 4/2 match your frogs like that one time you made one for Nola with the cat paw. I didn't say knob, but then I just said knob. Dang it. Dang it, you got me. That is a really good idea. I've been trying to work on a frog build, but it's hard. I'm not really an Alice guy, Floris, but Monsgeek makes pretty acceptable boards. They're great once you mod them. All right. Do not try this at home. Do not try this at home. Do not try this at home. Did I disclose enough? Do I need to say it anymore? do I need to say don't try this at home anymore? Because you shouldn't try this at home. No, the crunching's normal, you guys. This is actually really hard with the polycarbonate plate. So it's probably pretty stupid of me to do this with a polycarbonate plate. But, you know, let's give it a shot. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're juicing. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Beautiful. What's up, Hipyo? Just tuned in. Look away, Gavin. Look away. This is normal. All right. That didn't really save me that much time. Actually, that saved me a lot of time. Good as new. Well, you guys wanted to see it without foam. Come on. Give me a break. Give me a break in the keyboard. Now that was some flex. I do that a lot off camera. I do that a lot off camera. QWRTY. So, you know, if you want to save time, that's how you save time. I still don't recommend it, though. It's pretty dumb. What's gonna scare you guys is when I put it back in. In fact, I should probably install the standoffs. No, everybody knows that if you say something, if you say don't try this at home, then you can get away with anything. That's the law of the internet. 3, 4, 5. That's internet law. That was scary. My first time ever doing that was like, it's probably like the 20th keyboard I had ever built. And I was streaming the keyboard build, and the guy who made the keyboard was watching. And I was talking about like swapping the plates or whatever, or swapping the foams. And he was like, oh, just peel it off. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, just peel it off. I peel it off all the time. I was so concerned doing it for the first time. And I'm still concerned doing it for the millionth time. But, yeah. I still did it. This is actually really satisfying, though, popping them in like this. Can non-hot swappable keyboards do that? No. No, they cannot. Yeah. No, they cannot. Good question. I'm just imagining somebody somebody peeling the solder joints off of their PCB. Oh no. Depends on how hard you pull. You know, after all my rock climbing strength, I could probably do it. We could get it going. Yeah, no, only... Wait. Oh, I popped this in wrong. The cracking noise is normal. Copium. I had a switch in my lap still. Now this is flex. Wow, guys, keyboards have gotten really flexy recently. This keyboard's really premium. All right, here's the other part where you're supposed to look away. Look away. Chat, don't look. Chat, please stop looking. Stop looking, chat. Nobody look. Chat, please stop. This is the part I really don't recommend at home, because if you're not careful, you will pop out hot swap sockets. If the board isn't well made. And even then, you still might. When you tell people not to do something. Sounds better without the case. It kind of does, though. Watch somebody still comment that sounds like foam. Like an actual... So when a board doesn't work at the end of Hipyo video, this is why? Actually, surprisingly not. I've never broken a board doing this. I've broken a board doing a lot of other stupid things. Still sounds like foam? There we go. That's the psyop we need. We need to just start telling everybody that every keyboard sounds like foam. Every time somebody builds a foamless keyboard... This keyboard sounds like foam. Never broken one doing it yet? Exactly. Famous last words. Lachlan-y? I don't like that question. However, it's probably the GMK67. Okay. Ah! Come on! Really? Alright, my camera keeps overheating. Worst camera ever. It's been a 2.5 hour stream. And my camera has overheated how many times? 1 million? I would personally say get a GMK67 over the CIY switch tester. Yeah. CIY switch tester is a bare bones. And the GMK67 can be found for like usually 10 to 20 bucks more. If you're on a crazy budget. Alright, sorry, you guys can't see what I'm doing right now, but... I am just putting together the keyboard, and my camera's dead, and we're trying our best. It's been like a month since I streamed, you guys. Give me a little bit of leeway. Hipyo, how's your day? We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Newfie Halo 75. Never tried a Newfie board. Still to this day. They're on my list. They're pretty high on my list. In fact, I was actually just about to go out and buy the like Air 75 or whatever. The low profile Newfie. The Sea-Doo V75 is fairly easy to mod. There's some guides on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. All right. I don't hear a difference. Hold on, let me take off my headphones. This is with no foam. Okay, it sounds a little bit louder. But not in like a positive way, to me. It kind of sounds like foam, guys. Huh. That's crazy. No, I'm just trolling. It does just sound a little bit louder, though. I really don't like how it made the top row sound. There's no keys sticking up, so it's not like I did an issue. Very sharp. But it doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound bad. I much preferred the sound and the feel with the plate foam. So I'm glad that they included it. But it's preference. I think the case just sounds too hollow. And it's not what I would generally lean towards. But this is just one combo. This is just with one budget combo. Yeah, I mean, some people might really like that hollowness. It's just not something I lean towards in my sound preferences. You hear it a lot in the top row. But yeah, this is a $200 build. A lot of people are building it out as like a $300 build. So I'm not really sure how to feel about that. But it's not a bad board. I think it's a perfectly fine board. If you want one, you can check it out. Exclamation point build. I'm not sure if they're selling yet, but they might be selling soon. I think I kind of basically already gave my thoughts, but like in general, I'd say if you're looking for something budget, this has very specific reasons why you'd want it. And that would be if you want a win keyless, if you want a split backspace, and if for some reason you don't want features like RGB or wireless or foam. So let's circle back to this board is for like as many people as possible. I think they didn't hit that mark. I do not think that this board is for as many people as possible. I think they've cut choices that make it a bit questionable for the masses as like a mass produced hyper popular board. But do I think it's a bad board? No. Do I think it's a little bit expensive? Yes, I do. But it is offering something unique that a lot of the other budget boards don't offer, and that it is like a quality lightweight board. And there aren't that many quality lightweight boards. But what do you guys think? I personally like the plastic look a lot. I think this build looks absolutely stunning. Like, this is really pretty. I want to put the foam back in. What do you guys think? For $300, you can get a better build? Yeah, 100%. Love the clear purple 90s Game Boy vibe. Me too. Personally need a win key, but can't deny the looks. Yeah. The win keyless is tough because I really love the look of the blocker. But yeah, I need my Windows key. I think I would have liked to see more foam included for the people that enjoy foam. I think it's a really weird like point of view that's popping up in the keyboard hobby where like suddenly foam is like worse. I don't know why there's like some weird superiority for like the anti-foam people now. I think it's like a couple Discord servers that are just full of people that are like really weirdly coping. That like we've suddenly gotten away from like the preference side of the hobby where people enjoy things based on preference, and now something is better. Because that's just wrong. There isn't something that's just better. You're just coping because you spent more money. And that's fine to cope. It's totally fine to cope. Just like, don't ruin other people's enjoyment at your own expense. You know what I mean? Yeah. Personally, I like the idea of experimenting with more foam or less foam. Let's see. A bit too clacky. It does skew clackier, although with foam earlier it was pretty marbly, and I really like that. And this is just one switch combo and one keycap combo. So I mean, I saw with the GMK builds, it sounds very clacky, like this level of clacky, like. which is a similar sound to what I was hearing. But I do think it's important to consider a keyboard, especially nowadays, as a sum of all of its parts. So like, the experience of building this was really good, and I think they wrote their guide really well. Their website experience is pretty good as well. Like, so I think they've got that down. It conveys some stuff that you need. Like, it says complete your build, you need a keyboard kit, you need switches, you need stabilizers, you need keycaps. So I think they got that going for them. I would really like to see a couple things from OmniType on this. Number one, you need RGB. Period. You can turn it off. You can turn it off. But it's kind of crazy to have a board in 2023 that doesn't have, well, in 2024 is when this batch is shipping. So you need RGB. Let people turn it off. Whatever. You need RGB underglow. In a case like this, why would you not have it? Let people turn it off if they don't like it. Number two, why do you not have a wireless option? Nowadays, so many people are using their keyboard wirelessly. They're connecting to multiple devices, especially budget offerings. A wireless offering is a no-brainer. Just because somebody's enthusiastic about keyboards doesn't mean that they might not want to use them wirelessly. Number three, complete kits. I think this board should be sold as a complete kit. What they did with the first batch, where they were selling it with the board and GMK keycaps for like $170, I think was a great offering because it made it a lot cheaper. And I'd like to see them fully kitted and fully sold. Like, this for like $165 would be pretty convincing, honestly. And not something unfeasible that you could do within like standard keyboard vendor margins. So let's see, we've got RGB, we've got kits, we've got, I would like to see them more in stock because the pre-order for an in-stock model is a little bit odd. Like, if I know you had a lot of demand, so that I won't be mean about that. Let's see, what else? Software experience is good because it's VIA. VIA's good. Payment, website's good. The plate options I think are good. Oh, I'd like to see you to be able to buy alternate colored plates as your build. Like, I want to be able to buy the seafoam and the dark bottom as this is my keyboard. I want to buy this. I don't want to spend $70 to buy this separately. I mean, I understand that's probably a great way to make extra money. But that's what I would like to see. And then last but not least, more foam options. Like even like the NK65 came with a huge silicone blocker in the case like 3 years ago. I don't see any reason why you couldn't include it and then let people use it optionally. No reason. Maybe there's like an intended way to build it, but I feel like the spirit of the hobby is telling people that they can experiment with other ways of tinkering with their keyboard, and that's a good thing. Did I miss anything, guys? I feel like I basically covered my gripes. I built it with foam, without foam. I built it as a budget build. Well, budget build. I mean, in general, like, this whole thing is cheaper than buying a QK65 bare bones. And then with the QK65, you're going to have to put, or sorry, not QK65, Zoom 65. You're going to have to put switches and keycaps and everything on that. So, like, this is a cheaper offering than those fully aluminum, more premium boards. And they should be commended for moving towards that. It should come with a knob. I like the idea of offering a knob version, because some people really like knobs. Although, knobless versions are totally fine. I think that's just aesthetics and a little bit of use cases. Let's see. Yeah, not everybody likes a knob. I think it's okay to have boards without knobs nowadays. I mean, like, you can buy a GMK67 if you want a knob. Or if you want like Thok, like a deeper sound. Yeah, no, I think that basically covers it. Basically covers it. I'd love to know what you guys thought of this build. Every keyboard should have a USB hub. Oh my god, I totally agree. They are so uncommon nowadays. That's like the feature I miss the most about really like old gaming keyboards. I miss that. I do. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, 100%. But no, I think overall, OmniType, you did a decent job. You did a decent job. Not bad. I give you a not bad out of 10. Yeah. Not bad out of 10. To all of you guys, I hope you give me a subscribe. And I hope you stick around. Maybe I'll build this thing with extra foam next week. Maybe. So keep huffing the copium. And keep hitting the subscribe button. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching the stream. Take care.